Hey YouTube, this is Eddie with Infinity Toys OKC and welcome to another video. Now in today's video we are going to visit my favorite toy store in Oklahoma City, Toybase 10, and I'll tell you this, if you are ever in Oklahoma City and you are a toy collector, you are a toy enthusiast, whatever, you have to put Toybase 10 on your to-do list or your bucket list because you have to see this store. And what you'll see is that when we go inside, you will see exactly why you need to stop by. It is overwhelming, just toys from floor to ceiling, and it's anything that you could want, vintage, new, modern, whatever. Now, I will say that the video that I took was from earlier this week. I actually decided to come back. There were a couple of items there, vintage items in there that I saw that I wanted to think about, and I decided that, you know what, I need those items. So I came back to purchase those items. So in the meantime, sit back, relax, and the video tour of Toybase 10 will start after the intro. Okay, so Toybase 10 is located off of Northwest 10th Street in Oklahoma City. And I always tell people the fastest way to find it is to look for the sign that has a guy, a lumberjack, holding a turkey leg. Now, is it a turkey leg? I don't know, but it looks like a turkey leg to me. So if you find the guy holding the turkey leg, you'll find Toybase 10. Let's go on in. that's only half of the store. Let's go check out the other half. Okay, well, I hope you saw why Toybase 10 remains one of my favorite toy stores. And I mean, just toys from floor to ceiling, toys in the bathroom, and just toys everywhere. And I gotta tell you, if you are ever in Oklahoma City, stop by Toybase 10. But I will also say, give yourself lots of time. I mean, you cannot, there's no way to go through all the rooms and look at all the toys in 30, 45 minutes. So anyway, I decided to do the second half of the video here at the house because, believe it or not, I'd actually gone back a second time and made more purchases. So I made 2 trips, and let's take a look at what I bought for both trips. Now, the first trip, first thing we will look at is for all you vintage G.I. Joe fans. First item here is a vintage Doc, who of course is the medic. And Doc was released in what, 82, 83, somewhere around there. And this particular Doc, he is loose, but you know, he is 100% complete, has a stretcher, has his weapon on the back there, and of course has the file card. Really cool. Doc himself is, oh, by the way, has the helmet. You know, the arm here, the arm joint is a little loose, but in the O-ring, I can tell I'll probably have to replace it here shortly, but the rest of the joints, really nice. So 100% complete, Doc the Medic. Okay, next vintage G.I. Joe I have is the Cobra Televiper right there. And again, just like with my Doc, he is 100% complete, and he comes with the file card. So he is loose, of course, but his joints are really tight. I mean, the arms there, you got the legs, and then the O-ring, I can tell, is still very sturdy, so very happy about that. So there you go. Those are my 2 vintage G.I. Joe purchases. Okay, next item up is from the vintage Dungeons and Dragons toy line. Of course, Dungeons and Dragons, everybody knows Dungeons and Dragons. That was a very, very popular role-playing game. And really, I think it's a very popular role-playing game even till now. I know that the Netflix TV series Stranger Things really helped it out, but I never played Dungeons and Dragons as a kid. You know, I love the cartoon and I love these action figures, and today what I picked up was the Ogre King. Check him out there. Okay, so with the Ogre King, he is loose, but he is in relatively good shape. Legs are a little loose. The arms, though, are really nice, and he is not 100% complete. What he did come with was his helmet, his shield, his belt, and after I had purchased him, I was able to scour the internet, and I also found his sword. So the only thing that I am missing for Ogre King is his mace, and once I can find that, 100% complete Ogre King, which is really, really cool. Okay, so moving along on these purchases that I made, the next one up is for all you vintage Generation 1 or G1 Transformers. What I got here is a loose Sinner Twin, who was part of the Terracons, I believe, the Terracons, and of course with the Terracons, if you collected all 5 of them, 6 of them, I don't know how many there were, you could combine them all together to make Abominus. So, and I believe Sinner Twin was one of the legs, but he is loose, but man, his joints are tight, and he is in great shape. He is 100% complete. Here is one of his blasters there, and then of course here's the big cannon that goes on his back. And I was also able to get an unused sticker sheet for Sinner Twin. So really, really cool. Very happy to have gotten that. Okay, now, in the beginning of this video, you guys heard me say that, you know, I went back to Toybase 10 because there's a couple of items vintage items that I saw that I wanted to think about. And, you know, I decided I had to go back. I had to have these items. So these next 3 items are from the M.A.S.K, the M.A.S.K toy line, which was put out by Kenner. Very, very popular toy line. I loved them. I played with them, had a bunch of them. So the first one is right there. You have Hurricane, and as you can see, he's in really, really good shape. Now, he is not complete because, as you can see there, he is missing that spare tire bomb. So I do have to scour the internet to try to find this spare tire bomb. But you have the Hurricane, the vehicle, and of course, you have the driver, Hondo McLean is his name. So very happy that I got both the vehicle and the driver. So that's the first one. Second one I got is part of one of the bad guys, so he is part of Venom, and it is the muscle car, as you probably remember, Stinger. And as you can see, again, just like with Hurricane, really, really good shape. Now, and just like with Hurricane, he is not 100% complete. It is missing that little claw that goes on the back of the chain, but other than that, got everything else, including the very hard to find and easily lost cannon barrel. And of course, the cannon barrel will go up here when this pops out. So, very happy to have gotten Stinger, and of course, there you go, Bruno Shepard, who of course is the driver. So, got those 2 items. And the third and final M.A.S.K figure that I got was Buzzard. And Buzzard, I believe, was released in what, 87, somewhere around there. And what is really cool about Buzzard is that little button right there. If you push down on it, these 2 sidecars will shoot out, and this middle portion will become a plane. And one thing about Buzzard, let me pull them out here, is that they came not 1, but 2 figures. And of course, these are Miles and Maximus Mayhem. They're twins. So you got the 2 twins. So really, really happy with these 2 pickups, or with these 3 pickups for the vintage. M.A.S.K toy line, and that is why I had to go back. Now, like I said earlier, I went back a second time and bought even more stuff. So let's take a look at all the stuff I bought. So first thing is, if you grew up in the 80s, I mean, you had a wax pack, and I mean, you collected wax packs, and I mean, they had wax packs for TV shows, for the cartoons, for movies. I mean, anything they had wax packs for, and you collected them. And what's really cool about these alien wax packs I picked up is that they are still sealed, number one, and number two, you can feel the chewing gum that's in there, the stick of gum. Now, I probably wouldn't recommend eating it, seeing that these sticks of gum are what, 30, 40 years old. So, I mean, I guess do it at your own risk if you want. So that was the first thing with these wax packs. Second thing is, oh, let's take a look here. Second thing that I found was for all you Lego fans, and this is a vintage Lego playset. This was 1988, and I mean, who didn't play with Legos? I mean, and I think Legos are still going strong to this day. You know, if you go to Walmart, Target, wherever, you see Legos everywhere. But what's really cool about this is that this is a vintage Lego set that is still sealed. It is the TV camera crew right there. So it's a still sealed Lego playset, and I was super, super happy to pick this up. So you have that. Something else that I picked up, and again, I picked this one up because it's 1983 and it's still sealed. And when I say still sealed, it's still factory shrink wrap. So I mean, I could not pass this up. And there you go. This is the Smurfs Light Bright, featuring, of course, the Smurfs. And I mean, who didn't love the Smurfs cartoons? You had Papa Smurf, you had Smurfette, Gargamel, you had Hefty Smurf, Clumsy Smurf, all these different Smurfs. And the fact, I don't know if you can tell, but you know, you can see that it is still factory shrink wrap, so I had to pick it up. And of course, with the Light Bright, if you grew up in the 80s and you know all about Light Bright, they were those little pegs that you stick into the board and they light up, and you can make all kinds of patterns and or you know, artwork and stuff like that. So really, really cool. So had to pick that up. Okay, sticking with the vintage Dungeons and Dragons theme, I got more action figures, but I got the ones that were just the non-articulated, or you know, there's no articulation to these action figures. So first off is I have these two here, and these two, of course, were the Orcs of the Broken Bow, I believe, and they're loose, but they're in really good shape. I don't know what year they came out, but you know, I thought they were really, really cool there. And again, with these, unlike the Ogre King, no points of articulation or anything, but still super cool, right? So I got the two loose ones, and I got one that is carded, right? So this is the Stalworth Men-at-Arms, and this one came out in, where is the date? Or I'm sorry, yeah, where is the date on this? 1983, it was in the front, I'm sorry. So there you have it. So you have the vintage carded, you know, Dungeons and Dragons stalwart Men-at-Arms, and of course the bubble has yellowed. There is a small dent there, but I mean, it is still firmly sealed. The card itself is in good shape. As you can see, there's the back of that. So really, really happy with this pickup. Okay, so the final thing that I picked up was something I was super excited about. This is a vintage G.I. Joe now, and this is a vehicle that I picked up. Now, I have the driver of the vehicle that I had bought from a toy store, an online toy store a couple months ago. And there it is. So there's the driver. He is the Cobra Sea Slug. So of course, he is the driver for this vehicle, the Cobra Sea Ray. So I found this. I mean, if you saw the G.I. Joe room in the of the video tour, you saw that there was a whole room dedicated just to G.I. Joe. And when I went in there, I found this near complete Sea Ray, Cobra Sea Ray. Now, it was missing all the missiles and the gun, but If you also saw in the video that, you know, Steve, there are drawers full of parts and accessories and weapons and all that good stuff. So I did have to do some digging around, and I was very, very fortunate that I found all 8 of the missiles. So really, really cool day. I'm really excited about this one. This is gonna display very, very nice. And what's even, like I said, what's even better is I have the driver. I got the Cobra Sea Slug, so. But there it is. That is what I purchased on my 2 trips to Toybase 10. And I really, really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And if you like vintage toy hunting videos like this, please check out my other videos, as I have more toy hunting videos out there. And if you've not done so, please hit that subscribe button. Please leave me a comment. And please tell all your friends about my YouTube channel, as I'll be posting more great toy hunting videos. So, like I always say, be safe, keep collecting, and toys like this, and like this are why I always say vintage rules. Guys, take care.